In this video, we will show you how to replace your front brake pads and rotors on this 2009 Dodge Dakota. These will be located behind your front wheel. Let's get started. The first thing you need to do is safely raise and support the front of the vehicle so your wheel's off the ground. Once you've done that, continue on to removing all 5 of your 22mm lug nuts and then the wheel. If you have a dust cover, remove that as well. Now that we have the wheel off of there, you have a nice clear view of your front brake caliper. You'll find on this you have 2 caliper pistons. We're going to have to push the caliper pistons back a little bit. After that, we're going to continue on to removing each of our 13mm caliper slider mounting bolts. We'll loosen the top one, but leave it in a couple threads. Fully remove the lower. Inspect your hardware as you remove it. Replace it as necessary. Hold on to that caliper and fully remove that top bolt as well. Now we can remove the caliper. Once you have that off of there, pay close attention to the piston area itself. You'll find that you have 2 rubber dust boots. If you see any fluid, it's probably brake fluid and you'd have to replace the caliper. This one looks okay, so we'll set it aside. Move along to removing each of your brake pads. You'll have one along the back side. We'll give it a close inspection just to see how it's been wearing. Remove the one from the outside as well. A quick inspection and set the pair aside. Continue on to removing the caliper bracket. That's this area across here. To do that, you'll find that you have 2 21mm bolts. We'll remove the top bolt, leave it in a couple threads, fully remove the lower bolt. Grab onto that bracket, remove the top bolt, remove your caliper bracket from the vehicle. Take hold of your brake rotor, give it a little wiggle, and remove that from the vehicle. With the brake rotor out of the way, we have a clear view of the mating surface on the front wheel bearing. You want to make sure you clean this down, make sure it's a nice smooth surface. It's a good idea to use some copper anti-seize on the mating surface. Now we can make our way back over to the brake caliper. We're going to be paying attention to those 2 pistons. We need to make sure we compress them into the brake caliper. You want to make sure you have a compression tool for that. Let's put this right in here, making sure that we press in both of the pistons at the same time. There we are. Let's just double check this for fluid. That looks good. Now let's move along to cleaning our brake caliper bracket. On each side of the bracket, you'll find that you have a slider pin with a slider pin boot. It's important to make sure that you remove the pin from the boot. Wipe it down. Give it a quick inspection. While you're inspecting this, you just want to make sure it's not rotted or damaged in any way. This has to be able to move freely inside of the caliper. If it looks like there's any rust on this, you want to make sure you sand it down, especially up by where my fingertips are here. You can see that there's a small groove, and that's where the caliper slider boot needs to be. We'll wipe it down, set it aside, do the same to the other. Continue on to removing your caliper slider boots. Once you have those off, just give them a quick squeeze, make sure they're soft and pliable and they're not torn, worn, or damaged in any way. Once you've done that, have a peek on the inside, make sure you clean that out with the rag as well. When you're doing this, it's a good idea not to get brake solvent on the rubber. Another inspection, set it aside, do the same to the other slider boot. At this point, we've completely stripped down the bracket, but we need to continue cleaning. We'll start with each of the caliper slider ports. You want to make sure you use some parts cleaner inside of here and clean it out with a bore brush to remove any miscellaneous debris. Once you've cleaned the inside, pay attention along this ridge here. That's where that boot's going to sit. Once again, it needs to be clean and free of any debris. At this point, we'll do the same on the other side of the bracket. The next thing you'll want to do is pay attention on each side of the bracket. There's an area where the brake pads need to sit into. We want to make sure those are a nice, clean, smooth surface as well. We'll use a wire brush for this. Give those a quick inspection. Do the same thing on the other side of the bracket. Now it's time for reassembly. We'll use some of our caliper lubricant and put a little bit directly inside of each of the ports. While we're doing this, we'll also make sure we lubricate along the edge where that groove is. Continue on to each of your caliper slider boots. We'll take these and slide them right into position on the caliper bracket. Give it a spin to make sure that the grease works in, keeping moisture and debris out of the area. This one on here as well. Time for the caliper slider pins. Lubricate the entire shaft of the pin itself, and then make your way into that groove up by where my fingertips are. With that lubricated, we'll slide it right into the caliper bracket. Same on the other side. Let's get back over to the vehicle. Okay friends, it's time to install our brand new brake rotor. Start by cleaning both of your braking surfaces. We'll use some parts cleaner and clean rag. Let's get this on the vehicle. Once you have it in place, continue on by holding it in place with a spacer and one of your lug nuts. Let's prepare our brand new pads. You'll notice that each pad has 2 ears that go into the bracket. You're going to have some shims that go along this area. Before you put those on, use a little bit of that brake grease. You only need a little bit in these areas. This is going to help prevent rust and make it so the pads don't get stuck in the brackets. Continue on to your tins. You'll notice that I have the tab facing towards the backing, not towards the meat or the braking material of the pad itself. Let's install our brake caliper bracket. Put this in place, start in both of your mounting bolts, snug them up, and then torque them to 130 foot-pounds. Now it's time for our brake pads. Slide each of the ears into their corresponding slots on the bracket. Once you have both the pads in there, give them a wiggle to make sure they can still move freely. Now it's time to prepare the rest of our caliper. We'll use some of that brake grease and come right along the metal aspect of each of the pistons. Once you have those lubricated, continue on to each of your 3 mounting ears along the front. This is going to help with vibration dampening and noise reduction. Put that in place over both of your brake pads and the slider pins. Once you have those mounting holes lined up, start in each of your caliper slider bolts. Snug them up. Torque them to 26 foot-pounds. We'll make our way back out here, remove the lug nut and our spacer. Okay friends, if your vehicle had a dust cover, put that on. Once you have that on there, continue on to installing your wheel. Start on all 5 of your 22mm lug nuts, bottom them out, and get the wheel back on the ground. With the wheel safely on the ground, we'll torque each of these in a crisscross manner to 130 foot-pounds. Torqued. Make your way back up under the hood and double check that brake fluid. Once you have it topped off to the maximum line with DOT3 brake fluid, close the hood, take it for a road test. Aside from that, thanks for watching.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.